Yeah, there we go. Let me see. Shit, yeah, this will work right here, man. Welcome to the top. The top of it, man, presents Inside the Fucking Huddle, the fantasy football show in the that represents the Inside the Huddle Fantasy Football League. I am LAV, CEO of the Better Team. This is my kinfo, Big Banks. He who remains. What's up with it, my baby?
Hey man, what's going on, man? It was a great week last week. We had a couple of comeback victories. We had a couple of people that throw people off at the end. It was just all around great week. So let's go ahead and get into it so we can tell people what kind of week it was.
No, the fuck it wasn't. Speak for yourself. It wasn't no great week for us. You know what I'm saying? You speaking like everybody had it like that. I
Man,
didn't. But we'll dive into that. We'll get into that later. That's for later on. Let's go ahead and run into this week 6 rewind and get into these teams. As you know, I came in a sparkling 21-9 at the 30 games. You was 19-11. Let's see how we did this week, kid folks.
already.
All right, shit. Let's go to our first matchup. Shit, fuck it. Like I say, this is week 6, week 1. Let's go. It was a Mac Twin going against Coach Tommy Lewis. As you see right here, Mac came up short. Man, they made some moves to try to get off that O and that O, drop, get rid of their O, and they just came a little short. Tommy Lewis coming off a 2-game losing streak, bounces back 151 to 130. Uh, Coach Tommy, man, he's still hanging around, trying to make some moves and shit. You know what I mean? I'm hearing about y'all constantly in conversation. But what did you think about this game between Twin and Coach Tommy?
For a second there, I thought Twin might have had a shot at it. He came into that last day, and if he had a monstrous game from Debo Samuel, maybe he would have been talking about something different. But that didn't happen. And Coach got out of there with one of his lowest performances of the season so far.
Yeah, they say if it was a fifth, we all be drunk because it's
Hmm.
plenty if to go around. But it was not enough, man. It was not enough. It was too much to not enough. Hurst gave him 22, 19 from DK Metcalf. I should have kept that boy. He kind of came on, but I needed to do some things. And Tongs gave him 13 a game. Will gave him 11. So that's 24 he got from some newcomers, but it wasn't enough. Henry came in with 22. JT with his big 30. You know what I'm saying? And some sprinkles here and there. AJ Brown with a decent performance, 14 points. And like I say, Coach Tommy ended up getting the win. Oddly enough, I mean, ironically, or whatever you want to call it, we both took Coach Tommy to get this win. So we're gonna move this shit on right along, man. We're gonna get into another team that came in winless, and that was Detroit or nothing. They made a trade this week. Uh, I don't know how much the trade will impact the team going forward, but they was able to get a 130 to 124 win over Lil Mike, the Texas Tycoons, Michael's Monsters team, MMT. They just don't fell off, man. One of their 2 victories was them beating the better team, man. And that's it. They had lost 3 in a row. Seemed like some hardships or hard days on the way. You give up the O to Detroit or nothing, man. What was going on as far as what you seen in this shit?
Let me tell you this. He took Saquon Barkley, number 3 in the draft. And
Mm-hmm.
Saquon has been a colossal disappointment for him this season. And it reared its ugly head again. Alvin Kamara started out hot, and then he done tailed off, and we're not even halfway through the season. So those two are really the two-headed monsters to his team. And if they not performing, then his team more likely is gonna have trouble performing at a high level.
Yeah, he had some bad breaks. I feel what you're saying about Saquon. He only gave him a 12-5, and he needed a 20. That would have got him out the door. Shit, I mean, he could have got an 18 and some change and got him out the door. But He's got a lot of hard breaks over there, man. He got Darren Waller. I don't know what happened with him. He got a Q. Kamara got a Q. Fred Warner out for the season. Darius James got a Q. And then you get low performance from Barkley and Montgomery with an 8-9, 13-5 from Stafford. Shit, Water was the best thing, the second best thing going besides Jalen Williams, at 18 and a 16. As
You
far as for the nothing, what you were saying?
know, you noted on something real quick there that I didn't touch on. I'm glad you referenced that and touched on that. He might have just won if Fred Warner didn't get hurt early in the game. And
Oh, he would have won. Nah, he would have won. We
you
ain't gonna
know,
put no mice live on dog's ass. So he would have won that motherfucker if Fred Warner don't get hurt. But like I say, if it was fifth, we all be drunk. So we damn sure be tipsy. We be a few shots in on these first two games talking about some ifs. But the reality of this motherfucker is Pat Mahomes keep doing it. You know, gave him 35 and he mixed in some single digits down there with a 10 from Barner and 11 from Chase Brown and a 10 from Cole. If you look at this shit, man, matchups matter.
yeah,
That's all I'm gonna keep screaming at for the
yeah,
top of my lungs. Matchups do matter.
yeah.
And we owe it too because of this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? MMT got off the wrong way. No, and well, we got Lewis. We 1-1. Excuse me. I'm thinking about them niggas over. But like I say, let's move this shit on right along. Uh, I wanted to get into this matchup right here. We got Phil Belichick was going up against the natural born Kylers. And the natural born Kylers have lost two in a row. Phil Belichick got, as you can see, the 177 to 159 win. They won two in a row sneakily to get they start. They had it was a 1-3, yeah, 1-3. So they got themselves right. They kind of positioned and rewrited the ship. It appears. They decided this week they didn't. They switched their quarterback, which was a good move because Fields gave him 6. He got at least 18 from Herbert, but A-Chain 38, put up 38 on the board, chipped in with 15 from Olave. McBride had 21, Krosky Merritt 12, Brooks with a 10. And the Kyler's just got C-Mac. I mean, he might have to bust C-Mac down, man. He better his team. He got 28 from C-Mac, 22 from Rashard White. But like I say, it wasn't enough. It's 177 to 159. I will say this about the Kylers. Uh, they've been hesitant to make moves. I mean, they've been staying pat with what they have going on. They did not have Jefferson this week. It is a hard week for them when you don't have Jefferson. They got a good performance from London, a 32-8, and some mid from the tight end and the receiver. Like I say, 28 from McCaffrey, 18 from Bryce Young is their backup quarterback. Kyler Murray is out. Actually, that's their starting quarterback. We don't know when Kyler Murray is going to be back. They got some problems over there. They got a dude named Branch got suspended. He gave 5. Oh, shit. Man, I think the Cowboys are in trouble. I think Phil Belichick is in the midst. What do you think?
Look, man, you talking about turning your season around? That's what Phil Belichick has did at this point into the season. At one point, I thought they scored 177. At one point, I thought they might have a chance at like 190 or something because
Mm,
they were just firing on all cylinders at one point of the game. And with the Collars, um, I, they let me tell you something. You say about making moves. That's the key thing right there for this particular team because their RB number 2 is just dead for them, and and they
mm.
they refuse to do anything about it.
Can't do anything about it.
So
Well, White is the RB2. I don't know why you flexing him. White is the RB2.
well, I guess what that tells you is that it's okay for him to be a flex because if I put him at RB2, I'm going to put Henderson right there because I don't have nothing else. I guess that's what's being
Tomato.
said.
Tomato. Yeah.
So what he missed to even have an opportunity to win this week, the way Phil Belichick was firing, like you said, was Justin Jefferson who was on a bye. If Justin Jefferson was on a bye and he give him that a 20, then he win that game. So that's what he was missing. somebody like that. But beyond that, I got to salute Phil Belichick for being 1-2 and putting themselves in a position there at 3-3 to leap up, go forward, and see what they can do with their.
That'll put us at 2-1 as we both took Phil Belichick to get this win. Uh, let's keep this shit going, man. We had a really good rivalry matchup this week. We tend to get a lot of that with this league, you know. But it was a nail biter too, you know. We had Ruben's rowdy team. They showed up and got rowdy. Let me say that against No Nuts, No Glory, and there was no glory to be had today, this day, as it was a. Hold on, we run it back. As it was a, like I said, there was no glory to be had to this day, as it was a 174 to 172 win. I mean, it's close. Pretty much 173, but you know, we ain't giving niggas no tenths of points. They got to get it themselves. It's 4-2 now. You know what I'm saying? No Nuts, No Glory lost one. They were 4-1. They're 4-2. Ruben's rowdy team is on. They acting real rowdy, man. Rowdy, and body, man. Hey, man, won 3 in a row. They just got it done, man. I don't know how they got it done. Well, I know how they got it done. They had the comeback Jordan. B. John Robinson put the comeback Jordan, you know, came back wearing the 4-5 caliber. You understand me? And Jaden Daniels, man, he had some dogs playing on the last game. You know, that's what you want. You know, you want a dog playing, and you want them to say, hey, man, we're going to win or we're going to lose this, and I'm going to be the reason why. And that's what Ruben did, man. I mean, he don't got nothing special. He got a 4 from Pittman. He got Marvin Mims Jr. as a starting receiver in this league. He got a 6'3 from him. Flowers and Kelsey is cool. Drake May had 33 on the bench, though. He could have got a couple more points. But shit, man, they just found a way to get it done. Despite having 37 from Jacobs and 32 from Swift. I told you Swift was going to put up some numbers. You was like, Swift ain't shit. I said, man, he still got Swift. He got a chance to win. And he would have. But he just had too much. 45, 4, 5. I thought like 20 something, 26, 28, 4, 5. Robinson kept looking over there and seeing what Swift was doing. And he said, oh, okay, well, watch this. Okay, well, you do that. Anything you can do, I can do better to the tune of the win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Prescott with 24 and some little light work up and down the roster. You know what I mean? I talked to Ruben's rowdy team. They was really rowdy and excited about this victory. They was pumped up. I haven't heard from No Nuts or No Glory. Man, listen, I'll just say what I would say about this matchup. And we both took NNG, so that's a loss in both columns. We're actually 2-2 right now.
No. I took Ruben.
No, you took Ruben. You did take Ruben. So you're actually at 3-1. I'm at 2-2. Nice pick right there. So let me throw it to you since I took the loser. I don't have much to say. Let me see what you inferred on this.
You know, the first thing
on this game.
The first thing I want to say, I want to emphasize again how most people was laughing at the choices that Ruben made in his draft. You know, and guess what? He looking to be smarter than everybody. Even with a down game from Javonte Williams, who actually had been his best player, the way he had been keeping him afloat, it seems like every week. And the reason why I say the best player is because nobody was expecting for him to put up 25.
25.
So with what he was doing was remarkable. But let me say this: you touched on something and you said, "Well, I told you that Swift was gonna do this." Swift had a 9 in the first half. I distinctly remember it when we was talking Monday, and he had that 55-yard burst out touchdown. That's what really shot his numbers up. And he had almost a 20 in just the second half alone. But it had to be on pins and needles watching that at the end because remember this also. The Washington had the ball, they fumble, give it back to the Bears. So at that point, Ruben had to be thinking, damn, what if they hit Swift on a couple of passes or something? Like whatever. And all of a sudden, it could just flip that quickly because they was within a very thin margin of victory and defeat. You know,
Back and forth.
so it was such a great game. I watched it intensely. I watched Bijan do what he did to propel them out in front, and I watched how Jaden Daniels said, "I'm gonna hold the line for it." You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened in that game. So I really commend uh, Ruben's Rowdy team on starting out at 1-2 and now being 4-2. Is it like to win 3 in a row? I really do commend them. That's a team that's shooting upward. Their trajectory is upward, just like
Upward.
the top of it going up.
Going up on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, whenever. You know what I'm saying? Shit going up. Shout out to Ruben's Rowdy team, man. Somebody said they wasn't rowdy earlier this year. They came on the show. I wanted to be rowdy, and body now. Speaking about it, oh my God. This was a matchup for the ages. And when I say the ages, I mean like history books, because it may be here for, civilizations 100 years from now to score to research the scoring that went down in this motherfucking matchup. Like I was astonished. That's what all I'm gonna say, man. 230 fucking 4 points. I know that this is a scoring league. We intentionally gave bonuses and put other things in that other leagues didn't have to make this a scoring league. But never in my mind did I think that I would see a score that looks like that. 234 to 169. When I say matchups matter, you gotta listen, man. They was projected 176 to 171. And to go and put up 234 points, there ain't nothing nobody could have done all of this year. And let me also say this. Shout out to Juice, right? For scoring. Oh, that ain't his shit. Excuse me. That's what the previous record was.
Yeah.
This is the new record.
Yeah.
Shout out to Juice. Like I say, 234 points, man. Hey, man, ain't nobody. I'm gonna step out on the edge, and hopefully I'm wrong, but ain't nobody touching that this year. That's gonna hang up there for a while. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna say, man. Nephew, listen, you would have beat a lot of other teams in this league. Not everybody. You'd have beat your paw. If you'd have put this up last week, it'd be looking a whole lot different for you. But this week, 169, that shit, come on, man. What is, 70, 64, 65-point victory? You got to be fucking kidding me, man. When you get 24 from Williams, I like to call him Cadillac, but he ain't my guy no more, so I'm calling him Caleb. His mama named Caleb. Call him Caleb. Genty give you 23. Scatterboo go for 35-9. Pickens go for 32. Look at that 24, 23, 35, 32. That sounds like a combination to a safe that got a lot of money in it. But then you go over here and you see a 23, and Cook only gave him 13. Then you got Dowdell with a 44-6, 25-7 from Chase, 32 for Jackson Smith and Jigma. Brian Thomas give you a 23. Lay give you a 12. 11. You get a 10 from your defense and an 18 from your kicker. That's how you get 234 points.
Let me say this. Let me tell you about this. I was looking at something online. Yes, it was either yesterday or today. And what I seen was it was one of the fantasy sites, and they put up they said somebody had the perfect lineup, and they reeled off the whole lot, they whole starting lineup, and they had scored something very similar to what the Mac of the Year scored, and I said I'm gonna repeat what they said right there. He put together the perfect lineup this week.
Put together. Yes, he did.
That's how you got to look at what he did. This week, right here in particular, he put up the perfect lineup. And there's no other way to say it. My son, he shouldn't hold down his head at all. I mean, you scored 169. It's only a handful of people would even beat you this week. So you that's how you got to look at that in a positive light more than, and understand what you went up against this week. Somebody that picked a perfect lineup this
A
week.
perfect lineup this week.
So I commend Juice on being the highest scoring team in the history of Inside the Huddle. And and salute, brother. I mean, it don't get no better than what you did this week. You know, I don't know, like Lav said, I don't know if we'll see this again this season. You know, so I just got to give big ups to him on losing his first game and winning five in a row. And then I want to say he in the Mount Everest division too, y'all. But winning five in a row, and within that five in a row streak, he scored 202 times, and now the most money in the history of Inside the Huddle.
200 points. Threshold broken. Two, not once, but twice in the season. I gotta do some work. I gotta match that. I might not match that 234, but I gotta get that $2 again. You, uh, Nephew had 169 points. So I'm just looking at his lineup. He had a -4 from the Bills. He had a punter with a 0. He had -2 from the Eagles, and it still put up 169. Don't hold your head, nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you've had some tough matchups this year. Uh, Me and Kinfolk took you. Paul took you. I took you. Uh, you let us down. So come on, man. Now, yeah, it's 3-2 to 2-2. I mean, 2-3. Excuse me. Uh, but this next matchup. A lot of people was surprised by my pick, but I'm being an analyst. You know, if you want to talk to the coach and the CEO and the owner of the team and the general manager and all that, they'll tell you something different, and all those players will tell you something different. But as an analyst, you know, I have to see things, you know, from a different lens. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pick this guy. I ain't gonna let this guy. I know it. I'm trying to take it off. I clicked on the wrong one. I'm trying to. It's my shit is like uh it's doing something that it don't normally do. So let me get the technical difficulties of why the banner's not coming back up. But it was 133 to 119, man.
Yeah.
He who remains uh came out, shit the bed, but was able to still put up a better performance and beat the better team. I felt that they were going to beat the better team this week outside of myself as CEO is just because I seen what the inside of the locker. I see what's inside the locker room. You know what I'm saying? I go in there and I talk to the players and get a feel for what's going on, how they feeling and shit, man. And you know, it wasn't a normal, you know, enthusiasm in there. You know, some play they looking around, man, and it's a lot of players is not there. You know, some faces that they ain't seen being seen, and then they got new faces coming in. So you know, you don't really know these guys. You got to get to know. You got to learn to work and play with these guys. So you know, what I mean, it was a somber thing in there, man. And you know, uh, it wasn't without fight though. Those guys did put up a fight. As far as no, they didn't. Neither team put up a fight. This was embarrassing. This is embarrassing for a 6-0 team to even score 133 points, and even more embarrassing for the better team to get 119 points on a day when he was right for the picking. He was right for the fucking picking. He had put up his worst performance of the season, and all you have to do is put up your average points for the season, and it's a win. And even so, you go into the night trailing by 35 points. You have two players, a quarterback who throws to a fucking receiver, one of the most prolific quarterbacks in the league, and you come out and give a 23.2.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You can't win with it. There's nothing you can do with that. You know, that type of score from a Josh Allen and Kobe, you can't win with that. There is nothing you can. What is that? It's like, what is that? I didn't even finish the game. I didn't even know he threw the second interception because after I seen what the score was at that point and what we was at, I had already did the math and I knew as an analyst I had picked the right team. But as a part of this organization, they 119. That's the Lord, man. That's ugly. I'm gonna say that it ain't the ugliest, but that is ugly. So I mean, let's get to the numbers. He had 20 from Williams. Gibbs gave him a 12, 17 from Love. That's cool. That's right where I think he really is. So he did his job. You know what I'm saying? Puka got hurt, 4.8, but I mean you gotta almost as you draft, you gotta wait. I know your heart gotta be beaten because he was out a lot. You gotta be like, is he gonna be able to keep getting through this season or he gonna and I saw it happen. So, I mean, me being losing all the players, I feel bad, but I don't feel bad because it's like shit, nigga. You still got way more players to go. Hey, you talking about? Speaking of players to go, you lose another one. 4.2 from Wilson. Fannin shows up with a 15. I don't know where the fuck he got that from. Well, I do. My defense knocked Njoku out the fucking game. Just knock the ball out, nigga. Y'all ain't get no turnovers, y'all. And then you knock a nigga out the game. Who gonna make a nigga get more money? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, these niggas is. I ain't even understanding that, man. But they knew defense. They just came in, so we're gonna give them a break. Junkins with a 6-6. He perfect. Campbell did his job. Young went above. Battle with a 5-5. Rams defense went above. That's where you fucking won the game at. Let me say that. Because you ain't been picking like that. Well, no, you have. You had Seahawks. But I would have wished you would have not picked them and put the Seahawks in. And you still would have won, but it might have been more interesting. But commend you for picking a great defense this week. I thought I did. I didn't. Cam Little gave me a -3. I think I don't know where he at. He didn't make it on the PJ. We don't know where he is. Sutton comes in as usual. I don't know what it is. His first games with us, but he gave us a 2-7 this year. He's staying. So whatever he gives us, and we'll deal with that next year. Ferguson 12-3, 4-1 for Coleman. Well, I don't know. Ted gave us the best game in his life, 17-9. Travis gave us trash. Haskins, I blew that. Let's talk about that. I'm gonna go ahead and let you get in there. I want to talk about the Vidal Haskins choice because I had the choice over you, and I made the wrong choice. But let's go ahead and get into your rah victory. Floor is yours.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really have a lot of rah rah about this week because it was a lot of holding our head down this week with the injuries that we had. So that just brought down the whole demeanor of this victory. So that's where a lot of my focus has been on. But in this particular game, I do want to commend you on picking again a defense that hit double figures for you for the 6th week in a row. But so I took a page out of your book on that because uh, Seahawks is just my home defense. That's who we roll with. But some told me, I was eyeing something, and some said, you know what, go with the Rams this week. And it was a beautiful call. They ended up getting a 20. Combine that with Brian Young getting the 10, getting the 2 sacks at the end of the game. Like those things is what mattered in giving us the little slight lead that we did have coming into Monday night. I mean, it was everybody that was involved. Like it was on pins and needles, like the Ruben and the No Nuts No Glory game, because you know who Josh Allen is. Josh Allen is Superman in some retrospect, but this time the kryptonite was out for Superman, and I had pointed something out And that's what everybody haven't recognized about the Bills this year. The Bills have played only one game on the road prior to this most recent game. So that means that out of the previous 5 games that they had played, 4 of them was at home. In the one game that Josh Allen played on the road, he had a 12. So I pointed that out to say, now you have to watch this and pay attention to this because they say, oh, not only Josh Allen, but it's the whole team. How will they perform as a team when it comes to uh, getting over the hump, uh, not playing at home and playing on the road? So what ended up happening is that Josh Allen played down to his to the level that he had played in the first game on the road, and that just continued to persist through the rest of the team too. The rest of the team played at that level, so that'll be something key to watch going forward about the Bills and about Josh Allen. How will they play when it comes to on the road games? Yeah, we having a little bit of technical difficulties right now with Lab, y'all.
No,
Oh,
I'm here. No,
okay.
I'm here. I was letting you get your shine.
He back
The
here. He back.
stage was yours.
Okay, he back here with us, y'all. So, but that's something I want everybody to pay attention to. How would Josh Allen perform on the road? Now, this was also after they had lost the game, and the whole talk was that they have to come in firing on all cylinders to make up for how they played in their last game. But people didn't factor in that game was going to be on the road. So we'll just have to check out going forward how the Bills and Josh Allen in particular handle road games.
Well, I would say this right here. It was very disappointing. Uh, his performance, but he didn't have very much help. So you know what I mean. To come out and have your worst performance, have a 19, you need a little bit more help. I didn't like those interceptions he threw, but they weren't like he just simply. I mean, one of them was, but they weren't like he just threw the ball away. It was a lot of pressure. They got to do something to protect Superman, man. That's all I'm saying. Because if you don't do anything to protect Superman, I mean, it's gonna look really bad. They don't lost 2 in a row. They going into their bye week. I anticipate they're gonna get some things worked out. Maybe he need to throw more to Coleman. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they got to do something. Let's bounce back. There's the score because we wasn't able to get it. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Look, both teams.
Think
What's that,
about
like almost 58 and 50 points below production. I mean, those they both had some of the 2 of their worst games of the season at the same time. And it been and
this.
you
I want to touch on something because this shit was so major this week, y'all. I got to come back on this. If I would have scored my projection, then the makeup year still beat me by 50. That I want to point that out, y'all.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
kind of that's the kind of score
kind
that
of week he had this week. He would have beat anybody at any time this week. You know what I'm saying? Even my best game wouldn't compare. But shit, man, congratulations to your team. Y'all got the win. You beat the better team. And you even beat me this week in the picks. Had I not picked you, shit, I'd have been 2-4. I end up 3-3. You go 4-2, a sparkling 4-2 for you. You know what I mean? Which gets you to 23-13, and that will leave me at where's that? Here we go, right here.
you talking
Boom.
about them.
That will leave me at for the people to see 24-12.
No,
Four.
no, no, no. We supposed to be tied now because I just
How
got,
we tied?
huh?
How you figure that? I'm 1 up.
No, I was one game. I was one game back on you last week. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I came in
Hold on.
21-9. You came in 20
19 and
19 and
11.
11. That ain't one
Yeah,
game, that's 2 games.
yeah.
So you up one game,
I
so that
know.
means you won one game more than me. I went 3-3, you went 4-2. So you gained one game. So that means you're one game
You had
behind me.
already. So you had already added it up then beforehand because you had said before we ever even started that I was 23-13 and you was 24-12. I thought that the new. I was just about to tell you anyway that hey, you adding it up wrong. Don't we supposed to add another 6 games to the 23-13 and the 24-12? But now but you just was
That
saying
is
already what it was at the beginning.
19 and 11. If you add 6 games of 4-2, the 19 turns to 23. The 2 turns into 13.
Yeah,
That's your six
but,
games.
yeah, but you
I
know,
came in 21-9. If you add 3-3 to 21-9, that goes to 24-12.
yeah,
I'm up
yeah,
one.
yeah. That's correct. I thought that the way you said it at the beginning of it, like that like we was already at now
You came in 19 and 11. You can check the
hold
shows. You was 19 and 11. I
on,
was 21 and 9.
hold on. I'm saying. Remember when you was hold on. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking
Mhm.
about okay. I'm thinking about in the pre-production. You would see because you had added it all up in the pre-production, and that's what I'm carrying over. You had added
Yeah, I had got it wrong because I had gave myself more games than I
yeah.
had, and then I corrected it, and I realized I was 3-3, and you were 4-2.
Yeah, okay. So in my mind, I had for whatever reason just had lost thought and thought that that was already in the books and we was doing another goddamn week. So that's what it was.
I mean, you might get me this week. You won a week. I've been winning most of them. You might get me this week, man. Who knows? But yeah, that's the record for this week, man. We're gonna go ahead and keep this shit moving, man. And grooving. And speaking of grooving, let me. What am I doing? I don't got my grooving up, man. But let me get my grooving up. Let's work the grooving. This is the time. Y'all know what time this shit is, man. We be doing this shit, and we're gonna keep doing this shit. So let's bring this. I got a little music for you. I'm trying to get the production together. For some reason, the production is behind the thought process. But we got
All good. It's
it's
all
time for bank fine down now.
thanks, Face. Thanks for throwing that to me. I want to welcome everyone to Fine Dining Hour, where each week we highlight the top 5 players that allowed their team to eat, to set the table for them to eat. Now, coming in at number 5, this might be his first time on the Fine Dining Hour, but this guy's not only rising to make the list, but he's making a case as a top 3 to 5 receiver in all of football with numbers like 8 receptions, 162 yards, 1 touchdown for a 34.2. We talking about JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigma. Man, it's been talk circling around this week that he's trying to make a case for being the best receiver in the league. I thought that was
Hmm.
I thought that was jumping out there a little too far. And I said I'm a revise what they said, and I'm gonna put him in the top 3 to 5. But I can't say he made a case for number one though, y'all, not yet. But coming in at number 4, surprisingly, this is his first time on the list. With some saying he's not the best anymore, or have it been injured teammates, or is it just fatigue of his greatness? But he's back and with 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 10 rushes for 32 yards, and another touchdown for 35.44. We talking about Patrick Mahomes. Now, like you've been hearing whispers and shit around, like people acting like Patty ain't who he's always been. And he like, but people, but do you have heard other whispers where people say, "No, man, that's just he ain't got the talent like he used to have." And then other people say, "You know what? I think there might be fatigue on his greatness." But I'm telling you that he ain't never went nowhere. We talking about a 35.44 from Patrick Mahomes coming in at number 3. His team might suck, but you wouldn't be able to tell because he's given a valiant effort no matter what the scoreboards say. Coming in with 16 rushes, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. and 4 receptions, 22 yards for 38. We talking about Devon A. Chan. Now, I'm gonna tell you, that boy right there, ever since he came in the league, he done had that burst in the backfield that other backs ain't had, and he took over as a starting starter, and he ain't looked back. You know, his team, like I said, they might not have been playing up to their potential, but he out there doing what he got to do, no matter what. Now coming in at number two, he came out of nowhere. Some might say, look like he's there, he's here to stay, being the only player to get 40 points or higher, and he did it in back-to-back games with 30 rushes, 183 yards, 4 receptions, 56 yards, and a touchdown for 44.6. Rico Dowdle. And I'm gonna say this again. He is the only player to score 40 points twice this season, and he did it in back-to-back
To
games.
back games.
So
Wow.
so like I said, some might say he came out of nowhere, but some might say he here to stay. We talking about Rico Dowdle with a 44.6 coming in at number one. He led his team to a big upset victory on Monday night as he's continued to do it all and dazzle fans and opponents alike with 19 rushes, 170 yards, a touchdown, and throw in 6 receptions, 68 yards for a 45.5. We talking about Bijan Robinson. This guy right here, people has been saying that he's been the best back in the league, or he was going to be the best back in the league for a few years now. All the experts and fantasy football has said pick him number one over everybody. They've been saying that for like the last 3 years. This year, he is playing like that dog, like they have said he would be. He's coming through this year. Bijan Robinson, 45.5. I mean, that is now the most points scored this year by a single player in a game. We talking about Bijan Robinson.
Big Bijan.
Now, y'all, you know what
Big
everybody,
Bijan.
yeah,
Shout out to Big Bijan.
Bijan the
I was,
Big,
let me say this before you move on, man. Three of those guys helped a team win.
yeah,
Were very instrumental in wins. Shout out to them, man. Like that's some big scoring this
yeah.
week, man. That's a lot of big score, man.
And like you said, to help your team win, like that like because you that's another thing. Everybody got to. I want everybody to understand. You're not going to make the fine dining hour if your team inside of fantasy don't win. What we were just talking about was they help their real NFL teams win, uh, and they help
And
their
they help their fantasy teams win.
they but you're not gonna make this the find out now if your team don't win. So with Patrick Mahomes, he could have made it before, but he's on a team that was on fire previously. So by him propelling his team to their first victory, you got to salute Patrick Mahomes, and that's
You
why
have to.
like I say, he ain't went nowhere. Don't think he have. But yeah, he that was good to point out that these particular high scoring players, they help their team win. And that's what we do on the Find Down Hour. We all about winning. Now, what everybody be want to know is who the hell that I'm putting on the beauty of the week this week. Well, this week I went to scouring and I went to looking through under shit and everything, and boom, come to me was SCSU Gymnastics. Now at University of Georgia, Miss Sydney Smith. Now let me tell y'all, she is a white girl with some ass, man. I mean, that
Why
gymnastics,
this shit though keeps wanting to switch? I don't put that on there.
that
Okay.
gymnastics,
Oh, that's why we got it like that.
that gymnastics is a motherfucker, man. They be working them glutes in gymnastics, man. You look at that.
Oh,
They be working them glutes and gymnastics, man.
Oh shit! Why you do that to me?
They don't
Uh,
they don't play, not the gymnastics.
oh Lord!
Look at that
Oh Lord!
gymnastics, man.
Oh, it's it's the weed. It's the weed. I'm not falling out. You understand me? by
Oh
by
man, we
by
talking about
by.
SCSU gymnastics, University of Georgia, Sydney Smith,
I heard somebody once say that
beauty of the
a
week.
pretty white girl with some ass is a black woman's worst nightmare.
You goddamn right it is. You ain't told no lie right there, man. Because look, ooh, ooh, say when I seen that one right there, you know what I had to do?
Oh Lord!
I had to do this right here and make it larger so I could see that even more. I'm like, zoo, whoa, what do we got going on here? That's
The
that
Lord,
got
the
going on
Lord
here.
is the Lord is my shepherd. He know what I need. You know what the
What
Lord is
we
my
got going on here, y'all?
Bernie. Boy, y'all look. I can't put Bernie Mac up on there for Friday. You shit.
What we
I'm
got going on here, y'all, is SCSU Gymnastics, University of Georgia, Sydney Smith. And that is our beauty of the week.
well. Listen, this is what I will say. It ain't too much of what I'm saying. Oh shit, it don't froze me. So I'm gonna have to look. Look, I gotta go out and come back to do what I need to do. I want to give a roll of applause, but she froze my system. So I pause for a second. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, everybody. That's still up on the screen. That's SCSU Gymnastics, University of Georgia, Sydney Smith.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. It's like McDonald's. You're gonna love it. I'm telling you, man.
Look, I'm gonna cycle through one more time. I'm gonna get her off real back because she don't crash my system. That's the first beauty of week we have ever had that have crashed my system. I couldn't even do what I wanted to do. But before I get out of here, like I said, I had something I wanted to give for your selection this week. I just wanted to give a round of applause. But I just wanted to give a round of applause for that. All right, shit, man. A nice beauty week. Let's go ahead and keep the show going. You almost shut me down. I ain't gonna hold you. You almost shut it down. But I want to salute, like I always do about this time, the top scoring leaders. Man, I want to shout out these guys for showing up and showing out as they have done this week. Some of them a whole bunch of times, but there you go. Uh, First of all, let me tap into the guys that scored this week. Our leading scores before I bring that up. Work with me. Our leading scores in averages Bijan Robinson with a 31.7. We had Jonathan Taylor staying right at number two with a 30.2. And C Mac right there falls from 1, 2, 3. But not so bad, 30.1. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'll take it.
I'll take
You know what I'm saying? This is the leaders for the season, though. This is the season leaders. Um, we got Bijan. He moves in the first place with a 31. Jonathan Taylor, like I said, stays at 32, and C Mac is 29. Pat Mahomes moves up with a 26 to fourth place, and Josh Jacobs finished out with fifth place with a 26.6. I wanted to shout out. Hold on, man. Uh, I was supposed to bring this up, and I didn't, but I have to bring this up
it.
because a 44.6, man, I gotta give the man his glory scoring leaders this week. That don't even look like the same Rico Dowdle. Them niggas cloned him. That ain't the same nigga that was in Dallas last year. That nigga got dreads hanging all the way down his shoulder. I don't remember none of that shit. And again, that's the niggas that scored. The top three niggas scored right there. You got 45, 44, and 38. Shout out to them, man. Top scores of this week. Uh, let's get into this part of the show, man.
Mm.
I got a little extra flavor for y'all this week, man. It's LAV's TB5, the best buy. You know, understand me? A little extra flavor for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm gonna bring this shit back. All right, last week we went into the TB5. We had number five was Ruben Rowdy team on a 2 game winning streak. They were 3-2. The best team, the better team. I keep wanting to call them niggas that. Them niggas ain't the best team right now. But the better team, they still got action. Was 3-2 at number four on the list. The Mac of the year was number three on the list with 4-1. And we had NNG number two, 4-1. We know who remains at the top. They've held this top spot since after week one of the season. So, you know, that's how it came in on LAV's TV5, the best five. So let's, I know y'all want to know who I got, man. Let me go ahead and get into this shit. Some of y'all might not agree. Some of y'all might not like what I'm about to say, but this is LAV's TV5, the best five. This is the best five teams in the league. It's undisputed. It's been the AI is a supercomputer. At number five, we have Coach Tommy. We got Coach Lewis with 4-2. They had came off a 2 game losing streak. They got back to their winning ways. They're at 4-2. Look like they may have stabilized and righted the ship, and they get back on the list because they had fell off. So number five is a good place for them this week. uh, they are right behind our number four team, and if you remember the list, this team was higher last week, and now they're not because they took a loss. But they are 4-2 as well. But we have no nuts, no glory, NNNG falling to number four on LAV's TB5. Number three, this team was at number five last week, but the caliber of a victory they have has propelled them to number three on LAV's TB5, and that is the Rowdies, man. The Rubens Rowdy team. RRT is 4-2. They're looking good. They got a substantial victory on their record, and that is what puts them over NNG. But at number two, this team was number three last week. They jumped to the top of the list. And when you score 200 points two different times in the season, when you can go and grab two victories and say, look, man, I got about 435 points in this, man. How can you be denied? They separate you from the Rowdies and the No Nutses and then the Coach Lewis's, man. That puts you at a level that is higher than most, but you ain't at the top. The top of LAV's TB5, you got to be exceptional. You got to be, not only do you got to be the best, you got to be better than all the rest. And this team, no matter what happens, has pulled together 6 consecutive wins. They've done it pretty, they've done it ugly, but they have just continued to do it. And I mean, hey man, salute to HWR for getting it done. They continue to get it done. There is no way they could. I mean, hey man, listen, and that's LAV's TB5, the best five. There's our list that's compiled by the greatest minds in the business. We got Lewis at 4-2 at number five, NNG at 4-2. Three is a Rubens Rowdy team. The Mac of the year is the only one lost team in this season, and there's only one undefeated team in the season. So it's right for the place, man. But I'm gonna give you the chance to critique this list or say who you may have moved a chess piece like that, even though this list is a checkmate. But the floor is yours, my friend.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, your list was very well thought out. I didn't, when I thought about your list, I guess I didn't think about it too hard like that because uh, when you put Ruben at number 3, that's the perfect spot where he should be. He has won 3 in a row. He beat the team that's at number 4, so that's the only spot where he can land, which would be number 3. And the Mac of the Year, I mean, some might get crazy and they might say, well, he scored 200 points twice on a 5-game winning streak. He scored the most points in the league at 234. He should be number 1. That's like ludicrous. Y'all do realize who gave him that one, right?
To
So
be the man, you have to beat the man.
So that's clear and concise right there. Who number 1, and for Lewis, like he number 5 is his perfect spot because he was on his losing streak, and AG just got the victory to push him up to 4-2. No Nuts had already had 4 victories, so
And Ruben snatched the 5 from him. So they'll go to order right there.
So that was perfect at number 4. So I mean, it's a perfect list. It can't get no better than that, And like you say, you don't do honorable mentions, so you know what I'm saying. This the best 5
Now
TV.
you gotta have a winning record to make the honorable mention. If you 500 or below, I won't mention you.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, the list is actually absolutely perfect, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it's sparkly. When we do over the department over here, man, I got to give those guys a round of applause.
And I'm gonna say this too before we even move on, y'all. Uh, I know me personally. I've never seen nobody start a season out 6-0. I've never seen it before, but so I've seen it now, and and I'm gonna say this. It's great when you have an inaugural season to have great things that people may have not seen before happen in that inaugural season. And this has been a great season. I'm not saying that because I'm 60. No, I'm just saying this has been a great season. These first 6 games of Inside the Huddle Fantasy Football, brought to you by the top of it. It has just been just a great season so far, and I just can't wait to see how the rest of this season plays out.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I can't wait to see how the rest of it play out either. But as of right now, let's get into these divisions and speak on what's going on with the division. Pushed the wrong, but there we go. Let me bring them up. So we have at the top of the Mount Everest. He who remains at the top. The Mac of the Year is 1 game behind. They took that 1L from He Who Remains, and that's all they've been on. That's all they've given up. And I'm sure they're looking forward to an opportunity to see them again. Uh, Phil Belichick is at 500, and then we got Detroit another scraping the pot at bringing in the 4th place in the.
Real quick, for move, go back to that graphic. I want to say something real quick. The new leader in points this season, the Mac of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to touch on that. That's all.
1,055 after 6 games. You got 1,046, and Phil Belichick's 943. Respectful. In the Pentagon, we got Lewis at the top of the Pentagon, but he's tied for first place with the Rowdies. Lewis holds a point lead to 10-17. Brick City. You must know. You must know Gucci. 10-17. 985 for the Rubens Rider team. That's respectful. The Kyler's are 963 in points, but they're 2-4, and they're tied for 3rd place with Brad Hunter, who's also 2-4. We go to the Oval Office. We have No Nuts No Glory out in front with a 4-2 record. They lead the division in points with 984. The better team 3-3, 946, and then we got Michael's Monsters team bringing up the 2-4. And I think it's an insurmountable hole for the Max. I think they're not technically eliminated, but
And what we need to do going forward, since we not never reached up this point of the season, start throwing up the playoff bracket, and if it stopped today, where people will be at.
yeah, I was gonna plan to do that. after week 7.
Oh, week
Cause
7.
then,
Yeah,
yeah, cause then we got 7 weeks to go. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Halfway through the
That's
season.
that's 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 the stretch of the season where the ball has to be played.
Mm,
When you get to 7 games and now you're starting to go from 7 and dwindle down because it ain't number 14, that's when it get down to the nitty and the gritty. So yeah, I was gonna think at 7. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah,
I know I got a 98% chance to make the playoffs. So
I mean as well you should, Hey man, 6-0. Uh, but we're gonna keep this shit moving though. You know what I'm saying? Instagram has disconnected. Oh man, Instagram left me. Okay, it's okay. We were streaming live on Instagram.
yeah,
They decided to kick me on out, man. So guess what? We finna go. We're gonna go over the kick and drop into there and go live over there. All right. So let's move this shit on and on, man. Let's get into the week 7 matchups as we carve out, this show. We're at an hour right now, live streaming, man. That's a beautiful thing, I believe. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep this shit going and going and going, and we ain't gonna never stop uh year after year. So man, you might need to tap in and get in, man. This is a paid league.
yeah,
Little advertisement there. We all owners, so we pay our way in, man, and we do have an expansion of 4 teams. We're gonna stop at a maximum of 16 teams. This is gonna be a 16 team at the max league. So we do have room for growth. We only gonna accept 4 at one time. We're not accepting one here and one there. For that, you know what I'm saying? So either we stay at 12 or we go to 16. We want to bring that up right quick for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So moving into this week, as we get into the week that's going to put the playoff bracket up on the screen, let's go and get into this team. This is a very important week for all involved. I truly believe. In this first matchup, we got the natural born college going against Michael's monstrous team, who are not looking that monstrous. Let me just say that. And that's no shade. That is no shade. But I'm just saying, man, we lost 3 in a row. They not looking as monstrous. This is a game of the losing streak. Somebody's going to either lose 3 in a row again, like the Kyler, or somebody going to lose 4 in a row, which I haven't seen this year.
yeah.
So,
Well, you've seen that by 2 teams.
oh yeah, damn.
Well,
I'm talking. No, I mean for teams who have won games.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I have not seen. Excuse me. Let me preface that. I have not seen teams who have won games
yeah,
lose 4 in a row.
yeah,
Anybody who has won games in this league, I've never seen them stumble that far after
yeah,
starting off with a win or two. That's what I mean by that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we got Mike Natural Born College against Michael Monster's team. Look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit on record because this is important for us too. You know what I'm saying? You won game right there on me. I ain't really like how this shit turned out. I know I'm a prolific picker. Uh, you know what I'm saying? So I got to get back to getting on top of your top, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the top of it, man. So I'm gonna give you the flow, and then I'm gonna go. Then I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna give you the flow, and then we're gonna keep this shit going back
Look,
and
look,
forth.
look. You said something earlier when we was reviewing the week 6 games about how everything looked shaky with the questionable players and stuff like that for the monstrous team. Uh, so,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make this quick. I mean, without a doubt, I'm going with Natural Born College this week. If they get the victory, and I think they push Mike to a 4 game losing streak. I think that when I touched on earlier about Saquon, I think this is maybe a down year just for the champs in general, and I'm talking about the Eagles. So with the questionable players, with Saquon playing the way that he's been playing this year, I mean, I'm gonna easily take National Born College this week.
I feel you on that. I can't knock you for that. I'm gonna make this shit quick too. I feel like you're reading off my page. You know what I'm saying? Uh, this is a bad game for both teams, but somebody got to win. And I just think that with all the injuries MMT has going on right now. And when I look at their bench, there's not a lot out there to be got, but they do got Rasheed Rice coming back. So you never know. I don't know what he's gonna look like. They got Pacheco over there with a 15. I mean, they got some chairs they can shuffle around. Honestly, they don't have any tight end movement going on. That might be somewhere. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so I don't know, man. Shit, man. I feel what you saying, and I can dig all that what you saying, but something just ain't right. And I ain't Key Sweat, man, but something just ain't right. But for the sake of all these Q's and O's over there, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the Cowlers. I almost don't want to go with the Cowlers, but I'm gonna keep with what I got on the page. I'm gonna keep with what I got on the page. And I'm gonna go with the Cowlers. I'm gonna go reluctantly. We're gonna go with this next matchup, man, that I got up here. And I got damn, why can't I keep hitting the wrong shit? I got Detroit or nothing going against Coach Tommy Lewis. Coach Tommy Lewis is 4-2. They won one. Detroit or nothing is 1-5. They won one. The projections don't even look close. It look crazy. I mean, Lewis, they made a trade. I don't know, man. I don't know who won the trade or not. It's kind of confusing to see. And I don't even know if Detroit or nothing is even active. They were active, but are they active? That's the question. And I don't know. I just don't know. But what I do know, and I'm not gonna drag this on, because look, there's a running back spot that hasn't even been filled. I don't know about you, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about you out there. I don't know about you, but there is no way on a Wednesday I have no spot filled. I'm working every day at this shit. There's a pot of money over there. This ain't for shits and giggles. This ain't for play. We're not doing this shit just for the fuck of it. Listen, man, I really do this shit. I work this shit just like I work damn near some of the other shit. When I do my other shit I do, I gotta tap into this. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I do the top of the shit, I tap in. When I do this shit, I tap in. I'm on it. And to have a running back spot not filled, I'm asking myself, what are you doing? You gotta play on the biz. Maybe you playing stuff. Maybe they playing stuff. Maybe they trying to get somebody to go for the bluff or something. What we bluffing for? You got one win. Ain't no need for the bluffing. Let's just get to the stuffing, man. Let's get to it. And for the sake, just for that, and I might be wrong, but just for that, man, I'm taking Lewis. I have to, because like, what's the delay for? What are we doing?
Okay, let me say this. Well, let me ask this quick question. Who do he got at tight end, and what are they projected versus Hawkinson on the bench as what he projected?
He got Al Hawkinson a 9.63. He got Burner a 7.78. I guess it's just about matchup. Who you know?
Let me say this. If Detroit or nothing starts Hawkinson and he put Mason in at running back, I'm taking him over Lewis. If he don't, I got Lewis.
I feel what you're saying. I know he has to respond with something. Listen, check this out. If he go to Thursday, even if he don't respond, he going on auto.
Yeah, he going on Thursday. He going on auto.
So does that change your pick right there?
Games start on Thursday, and he
no, we're not doing that. No. Yeah, he'll be on auto if he don't do nothing by 12. 11:50 tonight. He going on auto because I want to make sure by 12 o'clock auto update. That's what I want to make sure.
Yeah.
We're not playing these games in the league, man. And say honestly, this is a PSA. Let me say this first before we move on here. And I mean, you may have something to say too, but I'm gonna say this. Here's a camera on me. Listen, man, we can't be playing these type of games. You know what I'm saying? I approved your trade, and we didn't take it to the arbitrator because I spoke to you. But then now here we go again. You ain't even putting out, man. Niggas need to see, what you doing, if you doing. You know what I'm saying? And if it get to the night and you ain't done nothing, I'm assuming you're not doing nothing, and I'm gonna remove your team. We're gonna keep it auto all the way. You know what I'm saying? I have the right to say that because between you and me, you know what's going on. Okay, so if you fuck with this and you do this by tonight, then so be it. I let your trade slide. I really shouldn't have, but then it benefited me too because I mean, right is right, right is right. So I'm saying, but I really come on, man, play this shit or don't play this shit. That's all I'm saying, man. So if you don't show up like how you supposed to show up tonight, man, it's over. It's done for. We can't keep going back and forth. You making trades. I don't even know if you really in it. You giving up shit that, you know what I'm saying? Are you really even playing this shit? You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no room for you to help other niggas beat other niggas. Specifically, let me say the better team. Well, I don't have no room for that. I'm just saying that.
let me add to that PSA though. Let me add to that PSA though. When you sign up for the inside the huddle, you signing up for the whole season. You're not signing up for partial of the season. So as owners in this league, the other owners, we're gonna take that as you disrespecting us by not putting in a little small effort by just picking up your phone and just hitting a few buttons. Because that's all it takes. It's not a bunch of your time that's treated. It just pick up your phone, hit a few buttons, put the people in the lineup, look over your team and see who should be in there and keep it moving. Because we don't really want to have nobody on auto, but that's what we're gonna do if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, which is keeping up the integrity of our league. Because that's how I take it. I take it that you stabbing at the heart of our integrity when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And I don't want to have nobody on auto, but that's where you'll go, and that's to anybody if you're not picking. If let's say you saying you out of it in week 9 or week 10, and now you want to well, you're gonna be put on auto. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you how the other owners look at it as that you disrespecting us. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't take nothing but a few seconds of your time to keep that shit rolling.
And this is not a 3-strike league. Let me just say that. You're going after 2 strikes. We
Yeah.
don't get to 3 strikes, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we grown men. And more importantly, I'm a fabric of the game, man. I don't get that many chances.
Yeah.
That third chance can cost you something real big in the street. So I take, maybe I'm fault because I take some of my street philosophy to my philosophy of life. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I got to where I'm at right now after all the shit that I've been through. So that, it ain't so far. It's a good philosophy to live by. That's all I'm saying. So
So, and if you wake up, Big G, and if you play May
today,
and Hawkinson, I'm picking you this week, brother. I'm
you gotta
picking.
wake up today. Actually, since you said that, I forgot. Because honestly, let me rewind that. Let me bring it back to the people real quick. I fuck with you, Coach Summer. But now that I think about it, using logic, I don't think he's gonna wake up today. I don't think he's gonna do anything today. So therefore, I think the auto is gonna choose. And if the auto choose, we looking at a different matchup.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave that preference too. But I know the auto is probably gonna be on. We're not getting to Thursday and the auto ain't on. I'm gonna
Hell
let you know that
no.
right now.
Hell
I'm
no.
gonna let you know that right now. So I'm changing my shit to Detroit or nothing. Actually, a lot of teams might need to look out for them niggas playing spoilers with them on auto. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Let's move it right along, man. I don't want to hold on. That's my partner, man. So I don't want to hold on to that shit too long. So it's not personal, it's business. And me personally and me business are two different human beings. Let
Yeah.
me say that. We got a 1-6 Mac Twin going against the hottest team in the league. Some people say they can't be. They lost to a team. that is have never lost. So, but second hottest, that's fair to say. I'll say that. And that's excuse me, we are number 3. 5-1 the Mac of the year, going against Mac's unmagnificent team. My partner, love you to death, brother, but 0-6. What are we even doing? But he's still there. Let
Yeah.
me say that. He's still there. He ain't left.
Working.
You know what I'm saying? Even though this shit ain't been going right for him, he still show up, man. He still show up to work. I seen him at his desk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know he going through more than what Big G going through. Man,
Yeah.
shout out to my nigga, man. Pull through. We love you. Banks, I'm putting the floor on you because now it's on you. And come back to me. I'll pick mine out there. Now it's your time to pick. Who you got in this matchup? They got
Let me ask you this. He might not be aware of this just as of yet. It'll probably dawn on him before Sunday. But have he took Kittles out of IR yet? Because if he take Kittles off of IR and he start Kittles this week, then I'm going for Mac Twin for the upset this week. That's what I think that it's a close matchup this week, and I think that this is going to be the week that Twin finally get his victory. I think he has the right players in. I think that just a few players are gonna not perform up to the abilities that they have been performing recently for the Mac of the Year. And I think that is what's going to happen. I think the start of Kittles, I think is going to fire up the team, and I think Mac Twin going to come out with the biggest upset of the year. What say you, Lab?
Man, listen, check this out. You said the biggest upset of the week.
Of the
Oh, I,
of
I
the
think,
year.
I think, I think, I think, I think part of you wants to separate yourself by more than the game from the Mac of the year, and therefore you reaching. That's what you reaching. Listen, man. Look at the projections. That's
Yeah,
a 13-point projection. This is what I will say. My partner is shuffling. He trying to find the right lineup. He got Gainwell in there. I traded him Gainwell. He's 15. He's stabilizing this running game. I don't know what's going on with Warren for him to get a 15, but that's a good number.
yeah,
Damn. That's more than the number I got. Shit, I gave that nigga some good work. Nigga said I ain't give him no work. Then he got Brown back in there. I don't know if he really got Brown in there, but he got Brown in there. He got Hollywood in there. Now he got McConkey in the starting lineup. Then he got Cade Otten in the starting lineup. And I can get why he don't got Tongues in there with that 1.15. Hey, man, but we don't know what Kittles is going to do. And that
okay.
don't mean Tons ain't gonna get no receptions,
Hold on. If
but
you
that's neither here nor there.
if he play Kittles and if he play Debo Samuel, he probably projected to be winning.
Man, Debo Samuels didn't do nothing. And how you gonna play Kittles? Oh, he got to bring him up.
You got to bring him off
Oh
IR.
yeah, I gotta call him. He got to bring him up. I'm gonna give him a call. That ain't interference. That ain't tampering, is it?
No, that ain't tampering. You look. You know what? You ain't even got to do that. I do what
That only give him a 4 points.
You ain't got to do that. I do what I always do. I keep everybody up to date. I just updated in the chat. Kittles is now ready to come
Active.
on.
Kittles are now ready to come from our.
Yeah.
Uh, Listen, man, I haven't went with the Mac of the Year very many times, and I've regretted it. I'm gonna live by my mantra, and this is what we gonna separate. Um, they gotta show me, man. They ain't won no game. I'm not giving a nigga who ain't never won a game. Let me get my big screen. I'm not giving my partner who has never won a game a victory. I'm not giving out consolation prizes. I'm not giving out sympathy prizes. Man, you got to do it on the field. To be the nigga who scored, beat the nigga who scored over 430 points in 2 fucking games here recently with a nigga that scored 44 points. Man, you got to show me. Show me. And for that reason, I'm taking the Mac of the year. Dave showed it.
I don't
The
blame
Mac of the year, the Mac of the year has showed it. And shit, till they don't show it, hey man, why would I stand in front of a bulldozer? For why? Come on, man. That sounds crazy. Anyway, I guess it's back on me now, huh? You
you.
returned it. Okay. Well, we got damn, how did I that shit keep getting off the motherfucking thing, bro? Like what the fuck? I gotta get my shit together. But anyway, um, speaking of them,
Yeah.
there you go. That's what I'm trying to get into right there. We got Phil Belichick going up again. Damn, off. How did I got my shit off? No, there you go. Boom.
Yeah, he going against no nuts, no glory.
Going against no nuts, no glory. I got that shuffle. That was supposed to be right there, and I moved it. But anyway, it's a 2 game winning streak going against a 1 game. That ain't even a losing streak. The projections are hella close, 180 to 179.
So take that
Phil,
scroll off.
you want the banner off?
No, the scroll. It's the wrong team.
Oh, there you go. Bam, my bad. Yeah, there you go. Now matchup. Okay. 3-3, 4-2. This. I mean, if Phil wins, he gets over 500 for the first time. If
Yeah.
No Nuts loses, they're 4-3. They still right there, but it is a loss that you don't want to have on your record. I like the momentum that is going on. Let me get into the numbers. I missed the numbers last game. Forgive me. He got Dak Prescott against Washington at home,
Yeah.
24. CD back. Okay. It's hard to argue with it. I mean, I'm arguing with my heart. I ain't a Dak Prescott fan, but I am a fan of America's team. Uh, so yeah, man, and he the quarterback. So and Jock with a 24, Jacobs with a 24 against Arizona. Yeah, I think that's work. Swift with a 20, New Orleans. That could be Tampa Bay, St. Brown 20. Yeah. Where are they? Ooh, man, it's kind of getting crazy. Stevenson, how they got him at 18 is Tennessee. Okay. Then he going with Fields. Hold on. Herbert going against the Colts. They got him at a 19-5. Colts dangerous. Fields going against Carolina. They was dangerous for Dak, but is they dangerous for a running quarterback? I don't know. Fields 21, they got him A-Chain. He gonna do it against Cleveland, 26. Word. Cross can marry anybody get 20 plus against Dallas, so who gives a fuck? Then he got Devin Smith, Olave, McBride, Walker. Man, this shit is interesting. You got the Broncos against the Giants, the Chiefs against the Vegas. I see why it's that nip and tuck. This is a hard one for me to pick, man, but I gotta get out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my pick on this one. I'm gonna take no nuts, no glory to get the win, to get the 5-2 and feel better. Check to fall one rung under and have to climb back up to get the 500. What say you?
Man, let me tell you, man, when I was looking at that earlier, I was just going through everything and I was like, man, this is going to be a tight matchup, man. I kind of don't really like the receivers that Phil Belichick putting out there, really. But I do believe in the his top part of his lineup, and I think that Fields is gonna have a bounce back game from what he did against Denver because Denver has a defense that I guess scares people to throw the ball and so and the coach said that he digressed. Glenn said he digressed in his quarterback play last week. So I think that he's going to be better this week, tremendously than what he was last week. And I'm gonna go with Phil Belichick based off of solely the that he has the Denver Broncos defense. I think that they're going to have a 15 plus this week, and I think that they're going to help propel Phil Belichick to victory.
Okay. So there go something we differ about. Um, how did I put that right there? I just seen that. But anyway, let's go to. I gotta change that later. Let's go to this other very impactful matchup. Uh, we have the better team going up against Bread Hunter nephew, uncle nephew, man, family. This family feud. Hey man, I've been in a family feud the last 3 weeks, man. Let me get on to some other niggas, man. God damn. Yeah, I gotta go to brother, kinfolk, nephew. God damn, man. Like, listen, I ain't trying to hurt nobody, but I am. Uh, fortunate for me, man. I already know what you're gonna say, so it ain't really nothing. I get to come after what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good look. Floor is yours.
look,
Uh,
look, look. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Early on, when the season first started after the draft, I didn't like some of the picks that my son had did. I was like, man, I don't really like this shit that he got going on right here. But surprisingly to me, Scatterboo came through and he became a player that nobody thought that he was going to be. Ashton Genty has started to turn it around, and he seemed like you can probably lock him in for 20 this week. I think that Caleb Williams, he's night and day from last year to this year. I mean, he's a walking 20. I think that the top half of his roster is heavy, and I think that is what's going to propel him to victory this week. And that's why you see the projections the way that they look is because his top talent at the top of his lineup is heavy, and they've actually been producing. So it lately. So it's not like it's one of those things where you can look at the projections and say, "Oh, it's just the projections." No, they've actually been producing their projections of late. So, and I think that with the better team, I think that their squad. I just think that if they play above their skis, of course they can win the game. But if I just look at the players, I don't think the players have the wherewithal to be able to play at the high enough level that they're going to need to pull this victory out.
well, we knew you was gonna say that. Your explanation for it, it bears the level of insight that I would shine on this. So let me go ahead and get to something that I noticed in this matchup, and that seems very peculiar. I don't even know if you noticed it. They have Bread Hunter favored in the first 5 matchups. They got the quarterback, the running back, the RB2, the RB1, the WR1, and WR2. They got the first 5.
Yeah.
Do you know how the next 9 stack up? Some I've never seen before.
I'm assuming they probably flip flop.
No, the next 9 they have the better team with the check mark
Wow.
as a sweep.
Wow.
Ferguson, Sutton, Walker, Greenco, Hunter, Steelers defense, Boswell, Rinko, you know Boswell, and the Colts. That's 9 in a row. I've never seen that before. And then as I go back to the top of the matchups, I say Caleb Williams against New Orleans, Jared Goff against Tampa Bay. I think Jared Goff will have a better day than an 18. It's only 2 points to separate them. I think actually Caleb will go lower than 20. That's my projection. I see Jared Goff going by 2 or 3 touchdowns, 3 or 4 touchdowns actually, with the arsenal he have at his disposal. Yes, Gentry will outscore Spears. But Gentry's going against a Kansas City defense that just limited Gibbs to 12 points. What makes me think that going into Kansas City, the Las Vegas Raiders and Gentry is going to run wild? I have no proof of that.
Yeah,
There's nothing that says that that's going to happen.
yeah.
So I think he will go under, but he will win that matchup. I already got golf over Williams, so he will win that matchup. Scatterboo going against the Denver defense in Denver, and you're going to give him a 19? I said it'd be lower than that. I can't put a number on it, but I said it'd be lower than that. Travis at home against the Rams. The Rams do have a good defense. We'll see. That could be a push. That's all I'm saying. Keenan Allen against Addison. Come on, man. Keenan Allen going against Indianapolis. We'll see. Right now, it's a 1-point difference. That's essentially a push. I think Addison's going to do better. I think Addison, everybody would agree Addison is the more explosive receiver out of the two. I don't think we have any disagreements about that. I guess they're saying that Jefferson is going to get so much on his plate that Addison ain't going to even have a play. He's going to be eating off the floor. We'll see. I like that matchup. Then you got a clean sweep the rest of the way. So what are you saying? I can win 2, maybe 3 of those matchups at the top, and I'm favored at the bottom? Of course I have myself. There's no question about that. I have to spank nephew. You have to go through the ritual before you can get the victory. That's what everybody. I beat everybody first that I'm personally tied to, and then they come back for revenge. You know what I'm saying? If they get it, they get it. If they don't, we see what happens. But right now, yeah, man, the better team is going to win this matchup. You got to know it. You have to know it. I know why you don't, and I don't hold that against you. But shit, man, hey, man, let's go ahead and get into the game of the week. You said you wouldn't be in the game of the week. You've been in every game of the week since week 1. And it remains no difference as you remain the only undefeated team. So therefore, we have to shine the spotlight on that. We shine the spotlight on our stars and even in our star teams, because that is what carries us, is the staying power of those teams. And early projections, we got a good matchup, man. Listen, this is a good matchup. Ruben has a chance.
Hold on. Check your phone. That it's updated. Check your phone.
I'm looking at my phone. Who the hell? What? Oh my fucking Lord, have mercy. This Ram is starting at the debut. Jordan Whittingham. Man, this cannot be real. He's just reaching. But he is coming in place of Puka. So we will see.
Boom.
We will see. He went got his replacement against Jacksonville. That's why I think Travis really has a chance to do something. But we already covered that. We already moved on from that. I gotta get out. I gotta get out here first, right? Yeah, I gotta get out here first. I got these first ones. HWR against Ruben's rowdy team. Early projections. Let me break these numbers down, man, because we about to get to wrap this shit up, man. We got Ruben Wright, 3-game winning streak, respectable, 4-2, 164 to 162. Look at that.
But it's not 164, 162.
How is it not? Who else you got?
If
170. It's updated. It's 170. Okay, listen. I forgot he did not have. That's what he's telling me. He did not have nobody at wide receiver when we dropped that graphic. And I mean, it just happened, so we couldn't correct that graphic. But we do got 7.41 in there, so which puts him at 170 to Ruben's 164. But Ruben has he has a couple of star players, and then he got some ragtag mayhem got it going on, man. Listen, Marvin Mims is crazy. That's why he feel like he can put Whittingham in. You're like, yeah, Marvin Mims. What is you talking about? At least I got the nigga that's gonna be elevated on the team. Fuck is we talking about? Yeah, nigga, whatever. Then he got Aiden Moore. Damn. Man, come on, man. And he had him in there last week. This nigga winning with this shit, man.
No, he wasn't in
Yeah.
there last week. He wasn't in
Shit,
there
you
last
shitting
week.
me? Hell no. I'm finna go pull it up. I got it right here. I looked at that shit. No, you right. He had Pittman in there. You right. You right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen him on the bench. I'm tripping. Yeah, you right. But still, he still got Pittman in there though. Man, hell no. Look, I love you, Rue. You my guy. I'm getting out of here quickly. I ain't finna hold the line for this shit, man. You got look. If I got show me on an 0-16 that I won't cross the line till they show me, or 1-5, man. Listen, you gotta show me this nigga. Hey, beat him. Just beat him. Upset him. Say I'm wrong, but I'm taking. I'm taking the he who remains, and you can take the remains of this show, take the reins, and go ahead
Look,
and tell the people why this shit gonna happen because you already know I ain't doing nothing.
look, let me tell you something about tell everybody something about Winningham. This is what I do when I start do my research, man, and I study this shit. Winningham had the most snaps last week for any wide receiver for the Rams. The most snaps. I'm gonna repeat that again for any wide receiver for the Rams, and is and they have elevated him to the number 2 spot. So he is him and Devontae Adams, and we have Matthew Stafford that slangs that rock. So what's gonna happen this week is watch he go over double figures this week. Don't be surprised if he get a touchdown this week. I'm predicting that Winningham, that 7 and change that they got him doing, I'm predicting that he's going to have between a 12 and a 15. Mark my word, because he's going to have the volume. He's going to be playing, and what's going to also happen is that if he had the most snaps as any wide receiver for the Rams, like they said when I was reading up on it, all it's going to do is increase. And what you think is going to happen in practice this whole week? He's going to be getting those number 2 reps. He's going to be honing in his chemistry with Matthew Stafford. He's only a second-year player. People don't know that. So look for him to have a nice week from where he what he was projected to do. And uh, we're gonna pull this victory out. We know I'm picking me. So it's going to happen because we just have the better players in general. Look for Quinshawn Junkins, the bounce back after his week last week against the Steelers. They playing the lonely Miami Dolphins. So don't be surprised if he have 2 touchdowns this week because they didn't really give him no carries last week. So don't be surprised if he get 2 touchdowns this week and score like a 25 or more this week. So I'm looking. I'm looking to have a big week from my top players, and I think Gibbs won't play it nothing like he played last week. I think he will be a 20 this week. I feel like Kyron Williams, knowing that they don't have Puka in there, they're gonna lean a little bit more on him. Don't be surprised if he have a 25 plus. So I just think that we have the better players even though we're without some players. And also, I'm going to end this on this. Welcome to the team, Mr. C.D. Lamb. C.D. Lamb practiced today with the Cowboys. He will be playing this weekend, and I want to welcome him to He Who Remains. And we love to have you on our team. We traded away Derrick Henry because we believed in you, and C.D. Lamb is going to come back with a force, and everybody's going to see why we made the trade for C.D. Lamb.
Mm. You know what I will say?
What's that?
This first half of the season, you are hands down the GM of the year of the first half. What a find. Uh,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
even think that. When I think about that, I'm like, why didn't I think that? Puka went down. And who was the next guy up? Somebody got to be up next. And salute to you on that one, on that behalf. That may pay off for you. I listen. I believe you when you say you can have a 12 or 15 or somewhere in that range. I mean, why not? Somebody got to catch the balls aside from Devontae Adams, and why not him?
And why
Uh,
not him? And I want to touch on something also. I tried to get Josh Downs in the free agent market. It was picked up by what I'm gonna call my protege, Coach Lewis, and then I gave him some game, and I gave him, I guess, too much game because he went and picked up the linebacker for the Rams, and he was trying to force my hand to make a trade with him, but that would not my hand would not never be forced. And I don't believe in picking up a player just for a week. I've never believed in that. I believe in the long haul. That's why I'd be willing to trade for players that I feel like that will come back later in a year and it can contribute, because I believe in the long haul, not for the moment. So I want to thank him for even getting me to Winningham, because with the moves that he made, he went and picked up the Tampa Bay receiver, because with Ibuku out, Ibuka, he thought that maybe I might go that way, but no, I found my way to go, and Whittingham is going to prove that that was the right pick and continue to give me that hat of GM of the year.
mm, what a move! It's a kind of a bold move to say that right there, but I feel you. Uh, man, that's the top of the show, man. We put the top on that baby, man. That's a ribbon in the bow. So we out this joint, man. Like to say, appreciate y'all for showing up. Tap in next week. I'll continue to work on these graphics. This is our first year doing it in this method, but salute and salute to the game. Be sure to stay tuned for overtime. We got a few minutes of overtime. So when we get out of here, I'm going to bring it right back and we're just going to chop it up without all the fine trimmings.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
spend our time at the top. One.